We know that MLB's had it's had its server issues. Like getting on the game has been a little tough at times, and they're trying to fix it. It's frustrating, but I know they're trying to fix it. But there's other problems that have come along with the game, and we need to talk about that. We're talking about it now, and hopefully you guys can go through your inventory and make sure that everything is right for you. Hey, what is going on, MLB family? We are here today talking about, hey, San Diego Studios, what's up? Nice to see you guys. But first, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. You can be like my guy Joe right here. Shout out to Joe. Thank you for the sub on the channel. And as well, drop a like for me if this helps. But we got to talk. And we're going to talk right now about what has happened. So again, we know the servers have been having their issues staying up. But there's also issue about missing content. And this happened for quite a few people. I've seen a lot of it. Now, one thing I want to say, just to start out here, this isn't a poor me, poor whatever video. It's kind of like a PSA, right? So if you guys need to go through your inventory, make sure you go through there and see what kind of content could be missing. And make sure you start a support ticket. Now, that being said, it doesn't feel like this is going to be a very fast process to get things resolved. I know some people who have some tickets in at least a week now. No response. Not a word back. Not even in the acknowledgement, really, of like, hey, we're looking into it. I had nothing. Now, I feel like that's because they're slammed. So not a hate on them at this point, but just saying that, like, there's going to be a long turnaround process probably with getting some of this stuff done. And I want to show you what happened to us over here. Okay. So I'm going to go through the live series collection, and we see that it is completed, right? We completed the NL, right? That's pretty cool. We completed the AL East and the AL Central. But what you notice here are cards missing. Kirby Puckett, George Brett, Pudge, they're gone. You can't sell those cards, nor can you quick sell them. Cards here are fine. Cards here are fine. Cards here are fine. Cards here are fine. Where the problem starts is right here. Bob Feller. Completed, collected, gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Where it gets even worse is right here. David Ortiz. 99 overall David Ortiz, who's someone you want to play with. You did the collections and he's not there. Now, your David Ortiz, I'm not saying is gone. I'm not saying that yours is gone, but ours is gone. Okay? All those cards are gone. Now, when we go look at inventory for these cards that you get from doing collections, we'll see a couple of them here. We see that Pedro's still there, but Ortiz gone. All right, view collection. He's gone. He's gone. Now, all these other cards, you can't quick sell. Goose Gossage, you can't even get rid of the card if you wanted to, right? So I'm saying that's the problem. It's not that, oh, you got rid of it. You can't get rid of it. It's impossible, but it doesn't exist. Why did that happen? We saw that there were a couple other cards and teams within here where we are missing the cards, right? And there were cards from the Central. And Bob Feller is the Central reward. Pudge, right? Where's this card at? There's the collection. Okay, so we see that we've collected all of the Tigers. That's what it says to us, right? But I want to show you this even more particularly here. When we go look at our Tigers team, they're all sellable, right? We could sell all these cards. Now we haven't, but we could sell all these cards. Same thing was with the Royals, if you saw in there. These cards are indeed sellable, not collected. Same thing with the Twins. These cards are not collected. Now we see the other teams where we didn't have any problems. They are collected. We see the Astros, Angels, A's, Mariners, Rangers. All these other teams are collected, right? So why does this happen and how did this happen? Well, I don't 100% know the why, but I'm going to give you an insight into why things like this do happen. When these servers are having issues, right? They're constantly writing information to a database. Database, which holds the information of the cards you have, your record, all the sorts of things about your accounts and other people's accounts. what's occurring in these moments is that the server is not saving all of the data. Now it's saving some of the data, but here in these cases, it's not saving the inventory data. We see that we have the collections done. That's written to a different table, I would assume. Tables, database structures, if you don't know what that is, just follow along. So what's happening is we are getting moments in time where the databases aren't particularly writing the information or saving the information correctly. And that's why this has happened here. That's why we have these 3 teams that we collected. We don't have the cards, right? We don't have those cards anymore. Same reason why we have all the cards that we had, but not as collected, because they're not in our inventory. Now we see other cards in here that is no sell. These are other cards we've acquired throughout the past, which were no sell. Okay. Just so that, or cards at that time that we didn't have and we had to buy before we finished the collection. Again, say like Maeda and Donaldson here. So what happened in our case was that we finished off these team collections. We finished off the Central, which was our last AL collection. Right? Right? And then it didn't get saved. Now, thankfully, what happened right after that is we collected and got Chipper Jones. So in that time span of where things weren't working and where things started to work, we were able to get Chipper. Luckily, he is still in here. Now that's what we have a ticket out for, is to regain those missing cards that we have. Because there's no way you can't do the collections twice. There's no way for us to get these cards back. I've seen issues where other people like this. I've seen issues where you guys are just missing actual cards that you've pulled in the game. I saw one screenshot for someone who had 2 David Ortizes, right? So this is my PSA to San Diego studios, right? I know you guys are having issues. I know that there are things wrong with the service. Gameplay seems to be pretty good. I think a lot of people are enjoying playing the game. But when stuff like this happens, you need to be faster and more proactive with resolving these things, these times. I've seen other little things happen to the inventory as well during these sort of skip times, right? And they always happen after maintenance. Not saying that these are things that we did right before maintenance. No, it's just things that have happened before. I've seen other cards pop up. When I go back into my active orders, I'm like, I thought I sold that card. Oh, I guess I didn't. Well, I probably did, but the game says, hey, you still had it. You sold it during that time span, so you still have it here at that point, and it comes back after the maintenance, after a restart of the servers, okay? Not just your game coming back up, an actual restart of servers. So we are not the only ones here. That I'm going to imagine there are thousands and thousands of people who are missing some form of content. And what I want you guys to do is, if you are missing content, find it out. However you can prove it, screenshots, whatnot, get these support tickets made and start putting the pressure on them, because there's one thing with not being able to play the game, which is its own problem, and they're obviously aware of. A really big problem in a content-based game is when you aren't getting the content, whether you paid for it, whether you grinded for it, I don't care. It should be there. It should be yours. And I'm kind of a firm believer here that if you have something, let's say a week ago, 4 or 5 days ago, you pulled a card that's gone now and its value is dropped. Well, I feel like people should be overcompensated in these situations. Now, I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to fix it, they better fix it. They better fix it for everyone. Okay? Now, again, I'm saying this not to say, hey, put me at the front of the line. I don't care about being at the front of the line. I care about everyone getting this resolved. I haven't seen enough people talk about stuff like this. Creators have a voice. I hope other creators see stuff like this and they take a bigger stand against bringing the awareness and the knowledge here. I don't have the biggest channel for MLB. I know I don't. But everyone can get their stuff back. Then they should. And it should be fast. This shouldn't take a long time. So hopefully they get moving. Again, double check for you guys. This is your awareness. Making sure that you guys are going to get the content you deserve within the game. Be great. Good luck to all of us. I'll see you guys on the sticks. I'm out. Peace.